Here we are, another Friday Night Live, October 28th, 2022. And another beautiful day, another beautiful fall day. Hope everybody's doing freaking amazing. Life is always full of wonderful surprises. And we continue to live it and love it the best of our ability, in a way that we can make it work for ourselves. You know, it's very interesting that a fasting lifestyle is not recognized by most people, but that's okay. It's okay. It scares people, actually. It's a fasting lifestyle. It's kind of scary. I can't eat. Well, we know the fallacy, of nutrition and eating in general. Most of us are going to eat for the rest of our lives, at least to some degree. And if we want to flourish with a healthy lifestyle, there needs to be some fasting in there. It's part of our design by our creator. It's part of the whole animal kingdom's design. It's not something that is a theory that we made up, like modern day science. It's all theory. It's not based on any real principles of how the universe works or how nature works. It's all theoretical from labs or microscopes or telescopes. And we can, if we let those things go, tap in, we're going to find realizations that we couldn't see before through our fasting states, specifically and especially the dry fasting states, when we choose to maintain those as a lifestyle, which is what MFS is all about, right? It's a glorified dry fast. Everything we do revolves around dry fasting. Dry fasting is as vast as the stars. The accomplishments that become from dry fasting lifestyle is as vast as the stars. But the prudence is in how we support that lifestyle, because we see a lot of things that people are and will pay the price for what they're doing. I was just looking at some old great bodybuilders from the past. I used to be a big interest of mine growing up when I was a young teenager, looking at bodybuilders. The Arnold Ehretts and the Frank Zanes and Columbo and the Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, and those were my heroes growing up, And just looking through so many of them, they were showing how many have, in particular, big issues, kidney problems. And a lot of them are passed away. There's many, many more than I've named. They put so much stress on the kidneys, not only from the workouts, but from the anabolic steroids use, from our friendly pharma cartel. And, if I realized way back, if any of these meds can do damage to even one person, then how can they help anybody else? How can they help anybody else? How can something that causes problems for one person help anybody else? And we can look in diets in the same regard to some degree. All diets do damage. So we pick the lesser of all evils, the least obstructive, right? And we continuously de-obstruct through the art of subtraction with the fasting lifestyle. It's so simple. So simple. You want to maintain a fasting lifestyle or you don't. There's no in-betweens in this thing, in this lifestyle. I've been doing this for almost 33 years now, and I haven't seen very many people stick with a fasting lifestyle. Let's put it that way. People come, people go. Some people come back. Some people come back because what they've gone, through their experience, they can't forget. You can't forget what you feel like. Basically, all the pains go away, and you're feeling great, and sharp mind, and energy, and so on and so forth. How can you forget that? It's impossible. It's just like anything you've tasted, any kind of food. You can't forget those flavors. From mama's cooking, especially, you can't forget those flavors. They're embedded. They become part of you. They're embedded in our hard drive and our software. So, yeah, it's interesting. Anybody out there? Is anybody out there? We Pink Floyd. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody's got any questions. That's what we're here for. If not, you got it all set up and ready to go. It's awesome. Awesome. Hello, Rana. So yeah, we were saying like what's become so popular now is people going back to carnivorous diets, and keto diets. It's becoming very popular. And along with what's been happening the last few years, we're seeing massive carnage like we've never seen. Massive carnage. So what can we do about it? Well, we can live a fasting lifestyle, right? Purge and continuously purge as our environments are being changed continuously, not in a good way. So we need to purge all the things that are causing us to move in the direction of imbalance. We want to purge those out. We don't want to hold on to those things. Because as we hold on to them, guess what? They're going to come to bite us back in the future. Like all sulfite drugs. What do the sulfite drugs do? The sulfite isolates, what do? They have nothing to do with the natural sulfites that are available in plant kingdom. They're the isolates that are in supplement world and the pharma cartel world. You take these and they shut down they seem to shut down the challenges you are having with your sickness, only to molecularly superglue them deeper into your whole physiology, to later cause you severe issues. These super glues are a very, very big challenge to purge out, but we've had so many in the realm of Master Fast show us that everything's possible, right? You can see it in the eyes. You can see the sulfur in the eyes. You know, I was loaded with sulfur, you know, when I started in 1990, my eyes were black. Never mind brown, they were black. I was so full of crap. Remember that 5-gallon pail we all carried throughout our whole physiology? We carry approximately 4 or 5 gallons of caca that we need to purge out. You have to squeeze. Fasting, it gives us the squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash. And we do that over and over as a lifestyle. If we don't do these squeezes and washes, we're continuously accumulating, and then we're continuously obstructing. What's going to happen? Well, eventually something's going to give, right? Kidney, liver, bladder, pancreas, lung, bowels, intestines, stomach, heart, thyroid, brain, eyes, spleen. What else is there? I forgot. It's just anything could be affected depending on the emotion, because every organ and gland have emotion attached to them, and we can see which challenges we have with our teeth, and we can reference each tooth to a certain organ and gland. There's many charts available online. This is comes from traditional Chinese medicine from thousands of years, and they knew this. So we can, if we're having challenging with a certain tooth, you know, front one's kidney, you know, I've had this tooth, I've had a challenge with, I had it stained from when I was very young, teenager, and you know, these 2 teeth are crooked. You know, I had the molars in the back are associated with heart and intestines, I believe. I don't remember the chart off by heart, but yeah, I've had all those issues. You know, it's the thing that really boggles my mind is the fats that they're promoting and how fast my body deteriorated in those almost 3 years of eating the vegan ketogenic diet. You know, I think somebody doing the carnivorous ketogenic type would probably be able to go longer, only because of the stimulant, unless they crash down because of all that stimulants. But you know, stimulants, you know, people can go for a while. They can go for many years until something gives out. But it was incredible on how much damage I was able to do. And it was just in a very numbed out state, because eating fats is very comforting. puts you in that state of being comfortable, and it's stimulating, and it's satiating. It's satisfying to have that fullness feeling. But when I started getting into, I think it was this late first or second year, my body's going, didn't feel like it could digest properly anymore. And then that just slowly started getting worse. And the little fasting I was doing back then was not enough to purge out all that obstructive stuff I was doing. Over the past weekend, I had some guacamole for the first time in quite a while. I didn't have a large amount. Next morning, I woke up, moved my head, and I had a kink in the bottom of my neck. I used to get these when I was doing the high fat. I used to get a lot of these problems. One time, my neck, I could barely move it. Another, I had ribs popping in the back several times. I was going to chiropractor regularly. I used to have my SI joint pop out. I would have to go to the chiropractor for that. It was a horrific experience, but how sensitive my body's become. My body says, what are you doing eating these fats? I can have a very, very, very small amount, like maybe a tablespoon at the most, and I'll feel it. I'll feel a tablespoon of avocado. I'll feel it, or any fat. Some fats are worse than others. Avocado is one of the things that did a havoc on me, because I was eating so many of them. I was eating sometimes one or two a day, along with nut seeds and other oils or fats. So yeah, there's, we see so many people on these ketogenic diets, and it's very, very satiating, and it's because there's so many people promoting it, it's a justification to keep doing it until something goes wrong. And we've had many people that something went wrong really big, as myself, with that type of diet. If anybody has any questions, now's a good time. Hello, Marco. So yeah, diets will bring us to the grave. Doesn't matter what diet, we're gonna all go there. This physical realm is limited. There is maybe a possibility that we could live forever in this realm, but the realms from where we came from have infinitely more beauty. Why would we want to be here forever? I think it's a Luciferian trap to want to live forever in this realm, materialistic trap. To each their own. But I think everything's possible. Everything is possible, I believe, until we find out it's not. So live it, love it, enjoy yourself. Don't try and kill yourself. Like some of us have done. We've already done that. So you can spare yourself going through those hard times and maybe possibly killing yourself, doing stupid things. Always be prudent. Always be prudent and wise when you're fasting, and especially when breaking your fast. It's so easy to go off when we break our fast, especially when we go on longer ones. That's why we suggest people doing regular weekly or bi-weekly, or every 3 weeks, at the absolute least every month, regularly fasting. But we're always keeping our dry fasting schedules. So that's a daily window, a weekly 24, and a monthly 3 days. Because the more we continue to go on 7 days eating, the less we're going to fast. The more we eat, the more obstructive we're going to want to eat, and the cycle continues. Unless we are able to maintain mostly fruit diet, and simple salads and stuff. But each one will have to find the level of obstructiveness they want to live. Each one of us. And everybody is going to be different on how obstructive we want to live. Some people will want to have a little more obstructions in their lives than others. And some people want to keep it up to absolute minimal. But each one of us is going to have to make that choice and feel good about it and enjoy every moment, no matter what. Because if we're going more on the obstructive side, you're going to realize, paybacks, especially if you're regularly fasting. Because if you're regularly fasting, your senses become awakened. And you're going to feel, you're going to be more sensitive, which is why your senses are there. You don't want them all numbed up. High fat, ketogenic type of diet, you're not going to feel much of anything. It numbs you out mentally. But I had a lot of pains from that diet at the end. I was having severe joint pains and stuff. It was just incredible how it happened. But see, some people seem to be enjoying their ketogenic diets, and but I say, what's going to be the payback? Because we know fats in general are the most obstructive. Yes, there are some fats that are going to be more obstructive than others, right? The animal fats versus the plant-based fats. And then oils, you're isolating pure fat. It's really hard on the system. That's some people choose to live those lifestyles. It's okay. We know our understanding is different on every level, pretty much, for what's been out there for decades and decades and decades of what our needs are, nutritional needs and all that stuff. Yeah. Make fasting a lifestyle and watch what happens. Watch what happens with clean minimal eating. Watch what happens. It's pretty incredible to go through those experiences. It's pretty incredible. So yeah, folks, Friday Night Live, we're here, and we're ready, willing, and able to communicate with anybody that chooses. Don't be shy. All righty. Let's call it a night. Let's continue sending PLAF and making those deposits at 4:32 a.m. p.m. your local time into the Masterfast realm of Plasma Bank, we call it the Masterfast Plasma Bank. We make those mental deposits so that more people may draw with their weaker field strengths, so they may be nourished, because nourishment comes from many forms, and the most powerful form of nourishment is PLAF, plasma love always flowing. That's the love of our divine creator flowing through each and every one of us and throughout the whole planet and the universe. And we can tap into that and be nourished like nothing in the material realm could nourish. There's just no comparison. So let's make that deposit, and let's pray that we see a wonderful, beautiful future with lots of joy and smiles and children laughing and playing all over the planet, and happy animals roaming, and beautiful deep blue skies and clean streams, rivers, and oceans and lakes. It's all possible. All possible. Fasting is the lifestyle. And so it is for nature. If you leave nature alone, it corrects itself. We've had that. And we were witness to it in these past the past 3 years. We witnessed what happens when everybody was locked up. We've seen what nature's capable of in a short time. So thank you for joining. We will see you on the next call. See you on the page in the Facebook group. And have yourselves a great evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. Ciao for now.